Hi, I'm New York City makeup artist Kerry-Lou and this is Susanna. Today we're going to show you the correct method to use your makeup brushes. I'm going to apply a little powder using a velour puff. I'm using a rolling motion, making sure I cover all the skin. This powder is a very light textured white powder. But it's colorless. It looks white, but it's colorless. It's very finely milled, and you can even put it under the eye. In fact, I recommend that because that's going to stop your concealer from creasing under there. You can go over the lid. That's going to help the eyeshadow go on nice and smooth. You can brush off the excess with a powder brush. Now this is a natural hair powder brush, and that will sweep off all the excess so that you don't have a powdery finish. It just looks really nice and natural. I like to keep both the velour puff and the powder brush on hand in case you get any streaks when you apply the rest of the makeup. It's almost like an eraser. This is my blush brush. It can be used for powder, contour, or bronzer. But you should gently wipe it clean in between steps so that your colors go on clean and vibrant. If budget and space allow, it's really best to have a brush for each task. Okay, so I've just loaded my brush with bronzer. And you can use bronzer to shape your face too. And a little trick that I've learned over the years is to actually shape the bristles of the brush with your finger, depending on the shape that you want to do on the face. So under the cheekbones, you kind of want a nice, I like a nice elongated shape like this. So I kind of pinch it with my fingers. So that kind of gives you two brushes in one. That's your blush brush, and that can be for your bronzer or for your contour. So I'm going to pick up a little bit more product so that you can see. I put it under her cheekbone, not across. If you do it across the cheekbone, like I've seen some people do, you're kind of demolishing the shape of that lovely cheekbone. I'm going to pick up a little bit of contour too, so that I can see this in the studio, but I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. So I'll make it a little bit stronger than I normally would. There, and that's making a nice, it's almost like a C shape. The cheekbone is not a straight line. Some people do like a straight line when they're contouring. Keep curves when you're shaping the face. Okay, that's beautiful. And we can also add a little bit right up in here in the temple area. That gives a nice upswept look, and it makes it so that this area is not as isolated. And you can even take a little bit under the jawline. There, you can see the difference. Now I'm going to use this as a blush brush. Susanna has a pretty good amount of rosiness in her face, so I'm not going to do too much blush, but just for demonstration purposes, I'll show you where it should go. So I'm using a nice rosy tone for Susanna's blush, and it's just above where you put the bronzer and the contour on the cheekbone, not too much above it. Just blend it right in there. I don't like to go too close to the nose, so I kind of stop in alignment with her iris. If you imagine a line going from her iris down, don't go any further towards the nose. Next I'm going to use a little highlighter just above the cheekbones. Like so. So I hope you enjoyed that and got some useful tips. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment box below, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks! Stay tuned for the next segment in this series.